Well, good morning, or it is for me. It's actually 3:30 in the morning here in Angeles City in the Philippines. And quite frankly, while I didn't expect it, while I actually had no idea about it, the Philippines is getting its first PGA affiliated golf course. Not only that, they're not getting just one, it's also going to have a PGA affiliated player development center. So we're going to tell you the where, the what, and the why. So I hope this isn't too boring. If you're not a golf fan, maybe not. But if you are a fan of where there's economic growth, rampant economic growth, let us give you an idea. So let's get going. Here we are. In the Philippines, there is not one single PGA golf course. There are many golf courses, and there are good golf courses. And let me preface this by saying I am not a golfer. For me to try and explain to you which golf courses are better, I can't. But I am concerned about what happens to my retirement money. I am concerned about my investments. And so I have to watch everything. That's why I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning reading the news. Han Reserve or Han Development Company is announced that they are breaking ground on the expansion of their acquired properties in Clark City, Pampanga. Now, Clark City is kind of like no different than a suburb. It is, in other words, you're going to go from Angeles City and the next second you're in Clark City. Okay? It's not like 20 miles away or something like that. But what's interesting is, and let's bring this up, okay? Han Reserve signs a 9 billion peso loan for phase one, first phase. Now, what's interesting is that they actually utilized Asia United Bank, AUB, and the Union Bank of Philippines. Union Bank has been getting very heavy into its, let's just say, high-end investment loans. Okay? 450 acres. Or actually, 450 hectares, which is approximately 1,100 acres. Well, Dinosaur Island. Don't know anything about that. This is the general idea of where all of it's going. Okay? And right here is Mabalacat, and here is Malabañas, and here is, let's just say right about here is about Walking Street. So easy to get to. Now, there's already a good bit of Clark City. But what it hasn't had, and what makes it different, is the amenities that are going to come with this. You see, Han Development is the developer of the property. They're going to put in 3 18-hole PGA affiliated golf courses. Or maybe the whole thing is considered a golf course. It's going to have 3 18-hole stretches. I don't, like I said, I don't know anything about golf. Golf is not one of the things that I just ever got into. There's so much land out there. I mean, 1,100 acres. And that only started getting built on, oh, I don't know, 5 years ago, 7 years ago. Han stopped in and bought up and opened a casino. Now, keep in mind, Angeles, for lack of a better word, New Clark City, is becoming the gaming hub of the Philippines. And you have to recognize it's going to be hard to duplicate this type of experience anywhere because you're not going to have land. In other words, you can have land, but you won't have amenities. And by amenities, I mean you're not going to have a high-speed rail service, which won't be more than about 15 minutes away from this development. You're not going to have multiple malls. You're not going to have high-end, like we talked about with, what was that? Who's building over there? We'll get back to that. But you're not going to have high-end housing. You're not going to have high-end condos. And you're not going to have an international airport. All within 15, 20 minutes of this location. Now, you may have one or two of those things in, say, Cebu. But you're not going to have all of it. You're not going to have a vibrant business center, economic business center, shopping, restaurants, anything that can compare, and land. And that's why it's not being built in Manila or Makati or even Quezon City. Okay? It's not going to be because you can't fit it in there. And that's why Angeles is just bursting wide open. As we said earlier, remember, Rockwell has got a big development going on. So these are not your rank and file type of development companies. I mean, it goes on to say that they're going to have 3 18-hole championship golf courses, luxury hotels, resorts, plus a clubhouse, mixed-use commercial, villas, residence, and a 10-hectare public park. Okay? So I'll include the links below so that you'll have them. Now, the actual article that came out in the Phil Star also points out another thing. This is not just a well done situation. All right? These things are, or at least one of these courses, is going to be from Nicholas Design. Nicholas Design. Now, again, I'm not a golfer, but I certainly have heard the name Jack Nicholson many times. So I looked up Nicholson Design, and they put together some of the most challenging and prestigious golf courses in the world. Now, they're looking to have the completion of the entire first phase by 2025. Remember, some of the condos are already there, number one. And number two, the casino is already there. The roads are great that they put in, everything else. And it goes to show you Union Bank, AUB, the article. And I'll include the links below. So, what does this mean? I've told you who, I've told you where. Now let me tell you what. What it means is that Angeles, with people that have the money, know this is the next, or currently, I guess you can say it is now, the largest, fastest growing economic center in all of the Philippines. And it's obvious why. A guy could live in Manila, get on the train, and 45 minutes later, be on the golf course. If you love the golf. Now, again, I don't know anything about golfing, but he could. What it also means is that it's going to be a worldwide destination. Okay? As it's a PGA affiliated, it is quite possible. Again, I don't know enough about golf, but I think it's very possible that this will be one of the PGA Tour stops, and that's a lot of money. For those of you that just don't understand how much money is in the Philippines and how much is coming to the Philippines, you're just watching the wrong YouTube videos. If you're getting your information from here, you see all of these videos driving down the roads with trash and everything else. You don't see the videos of people in the high-end areas other than BGC. BGC is not exactly, you can't compare it to this. And the reason is simple. It's not private. It's public. You see, for people to drive around and show you the old sorry stores and the mom and pop bakeries, they're driving around in a private vehicle or on the back of a trike or whatever. They're not getting access to these areas. There's a lot of money in the Philippines. And the Asian tourists, specifically the Japanese, the Chinese, and the Koreans, love to golf. It's not uncommon for me to get in the elevator here at our condo at Candy Palace, go downstairs, and walking by reception, I can see people checking in with golf clubs. Now, obviously, they're not golfing at night, are they? No, they're going to restaurants. They're going to entertainment centers. Do they do a little shopping? Probably. Not much, I'm sure. Secondarily to that, think of the number of jobs this is going to support. How many caddies is it going to take? Okay, that's a small number, 100 people, whatever. What about the construction itself? Just the construction alone is going to employ 1,000 people at least. The casinos. And we all know the casinos make money. All right. The people that maintain the condos, the housekeepers that maintain the hotels. I mean, you know what? We already know that part of the anchors of this are going to be Marriott, Sofitel. There's already a Swiss hotel here, which is part of the Accor group in Angeles. Now, I'll bet you they build a full-fledged Sofitel. In fact, I would actually put money on it. And there are going to be other places, other hotels, other luxury hotels. Okay? Think of where are all of these people going to live that support these places. A smart investor might consider not buying out there, because that's going to be expensive stuff. And you better be part of a hedge fund, or you might better be part of a big corporation, or you might be part of a real estate trust, like a REIT. Okay? But the surrounding area is going to have to get housing for those people. And what's going to happen? The cost of housing, the cost of apartments, the cost of everything that surrounds the entire area is going to go up. Your ROI, or your return on investment, is going to be pretty darn reasonable. Okay? A PGA golf course in the Philippines. I would have never imagined it. I really and truly wouldn't have. I talk to my friends that golf, and they complain that the golf courses around here are absolutely horrible. Well, this will make a big difference. So I have a buddy of mine that's actually in Boracay right now. He made a quick trip down with a friend of his that's visiting, and he's a active golfer. And when he gets back, I'm going to interview him a little bit, and maybe we should get some of his ideas about it. But I will tell you this won't be for the average golfer, I bet, unless they decide they're going to have one 18-hole course that's excellent and then one for general usage and it's much cheaper. I mean, I can tell you that in Phoenix, spending $150 in season, $150 to $200 for a round of golf is not uncommon. I have no idea. I bet it's more expensive in other places, but Phoenix has, the PGA Open is in Phoenix or whatever they call it. But either way, my point is, I didn't expect it this fast. I didn't expect it. So I would think that if you subscribe and if you would be nice enough to hit the like button, but hit that notify bell, we're going to start to see more and more and more announcements because people are snapping up land. And I would bet a lot of land has already been snapped up for projects on paper. And I am going to let you know every time I come across one. So look, we hope you enjoyed this. If you're a golfer, this is great news for you. If you're an investor, this might be great news for you. If you're thinking about a place to live that's going to have a lot of amenities, hey, this is a great video for you. Otherwise, we appreciate your time and we hope you'll return. Thanks. Have a great day.